swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this matter before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Man, watch your step. Make sure the chair doesn't roll off.
Ms. Medina, would you state your name and then spell your last name for us?
Diane Medina, Medina.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Medina. Thank you for being here today. If I ask you to repeat something, just lean in a little bit to the microphone, okay? Ms. Medina, are you familiar with the Swan Boat Club?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with that?
I am a member of Swan Boat Club.
And how long have you been a member of Swan Boat Club?
10 years.
Are you currently a member of Swan
I
Boat?
am.
Were you present at the Swan Boat Club on April 20th of 2024?
I was.
Why were you there that day?
I was there for a child's birthday party.
Did you know the child?
Not directly. I've met him maybe once or twice. Friends with the mother.
And who is his mother?
Kristen Sigler, Tweety.
Do you know what time you arrived to the party on that day?
I do. I got there about 10 minutes to 1.
And can you describe the party when you first arrived through the next hour or so?
It was beautiful. It was, I get choked up thinking about it. It was any kid's dream birthday party. It was just magical.
At some point, did something cause the party to come to an end?
It did.
What happened?
A car came through the wall.
Where were you sitting, if you can recall, when the car came through the wall?
My back, I was sitting at a table with my back to the wall where the car entered.
Do you have any memory of the crash?
I do.
What do you recall?
I remember hearing like a loud explosion, a bunch of like dust or debris going from the sides of my face. I remember being pushed. And I remember everything went silent for a split second. And I remember saying, don't step on me, because there was a bunch of stuff on top of me. I found out later they were tables. People were pulling the tables off me.
You mentioned a moment ago that it all went silent. Did you lose consciousness that day?
I don't know that I did. I do know that I ended up with a concussion, but I don't know if it was like a moment stopped for me in my head, but it was like silent and then chaos.
Ms. Medina, I know that this is going to be hard, but can you describe the chaos that you just referred to?
I just remember people screaming. I could hear people running around.
I'm sorry, Ms. Medina, we're going to wait. Thank you very much. Ms. Medina, did you incur any injuries as a result of this incident on April 20th of 2024?
I did.
Can you just briefly list for the jury some of the injuries that you incurred?
My pelvis was broken in 6 places. I have a screw that's 6.5 inches long going through my pelvis. I had internal bleeding. I had to have surgery to stop the bleeding. I had to have a blood transfusion. A concussion, like I said. My nose was crushed. I've had 2 surgeries on my nose. I had a hematoma the size of a baseball on my arm. My tibia was fractured. I found that out later once I started walking. I think that's all I can remember.
Okay. And I know you mentioned a loss of consciousness or something. You weren't sure if that was the case. Did you ultimately get diagnosed with a closed head injury?
I did.
Okay. And I don't know how much you can elaborate on that, but just based off of your medical treatment, what, if any, treatment have you sought regarding that closed head injury?
I had to go to speech therapy.
Have you had any memory loss?
I did. I had a little bit of memory loss, but it was during conversations, I would lose my train of thought in the middle of a conversation, and I had to find my words.
On the day of April 20th, 24, do you recall if you were taken to the hospital?
I was.
Okay, what hospital were you initially taken to?
Originally, I was taken to Monroe.
And did you stay at Monroe?
I did not.
Where did you go, if you recall?
I was taken by ambulance to Toledo because it was a trauma hospital.
Do you know how long you were in the hospital for?
I was in the hospital for a total of 17 days, 10 in Toledo and 7 in a rehab facility.
And so from Toledo, were you discharged to that rehab facility?
By ambulance, yes.
Now, Ms. Medina, you went through a list of the injuries that you incurred. As you sit here today, what injuries are you currently still dealing with?
I just recently had, I believe it's called an EMG, and I had 2 tests done on my nerve because I'm having nerve pain in my right leg. We're not sure if it's caused from the accident nerve damage or from the screw that's going through my pelvis.
Obviously, we watched you walk in here today. You're able to walk?
I am able to walk, but it does hurt to walk. Every step hurts.
Was there a period of time where you were not able to be mobile?
Yes, for 3 months.
Do you have trouble? I know you said every step hurts. Do you have trouble sitting for long periods of time?
I have to, not, I do, but you kind of, shift, yes.
This might sound like a silly question, but prior to the crash, did you suffer from any of these injuries?
No, I did not.
Did it hurt to walk prior to this crash?
No, it did not.
Are you in any pain at the moment?
Right now, no.
Do you take any pain medication daily?
I do not.
Okay. At the time of the crash, so April 20th of 2024, were you employed?
Yes.
How were you employed?
I was quality control for Hollingsworth.
And are you currently employed in that same position?
I am.
Did you have to take any time off of work?
Yes, I went back to work September 6th.
Okay. So approximately, if you can tell me, how long were you
4
off?
months?
4 months?
I don't know, from April 20th to September 6th.
Okay, that's okay. An approximation is totally fine. And if any, what kind of therapies are you currently still treating with?
I am not doing any therapy. Therapy was bothering my nerve in my legs, so we stopped until we figure out what's going on with that.
Ms. Medina, thank you for being here today. Those are all the questions that I have for you right now.
Thank you.
Cross.
No cross.
All right, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
Next witness.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, the people would call Leah Stiff.